Welcome to a video presented by the New South Wales Volleyball Referees Association. This video is an introductory level guide to the second referee role in volleyball. Whether you are a duty team that is forced to referee or an accredited referee that doesn't get to practice the second referee role much, this video will run through the basics of the role so that you get an idea of how to second referee. The role of the second referee can be just as important and impactful, both positively and negatively, to the smooth running of the game and the enjoyment for players and spectators. We won't be covering every nuance or technicality of the second referee role, but instead aim to establish basic foundations from which we can later build upon in the future. Let's get into it. Today what we're going to cover is what the second referee should do before each set, before each rally, during the rally, at the end of each rally, and how to handle substitutions and timeouts. But before we begin, let's get some general principles in. First, the second referee generally stands on the receiving side before a rally, on the blocking side during a rally, on the losing team side after a rally. The other thing to show is that two hands held high up in the air signals to the first referee that you and the scorer are ready. That means you first need to check your scorer is actually ready, and you generally do this at the beginning of each set after timeouts and substitutions. If you can stand on the right side and show the ready signal at the right times, then you will already look half decent as a second referee. Let's start with what the second referee needs to do at the start of each set. The main things to do at the start of each set are, when it is time, whistle the teams onto the court, carefully check that the players on court match the rotation slip and fix any errors, give the ball to the server if that's required, and check that the scorer is ready, get into position on the receiving team side, and give the ready signal to the first referee. Now let's watch an example of this with today's model referee, Jaden Norsworthy.
One on the other. Mate, I've already emailed. He looks tall. Oh, not yet, number one.
It is really simple for second referees at the start of each rally. All you need to do is simply stand on the side of the team receiving the serve, that is, the team not serving. Watch the receiving team during the serve to look like you are checking they are in the correct positions. Let's have Jaden show us how it's done. If you're watching the server, then you will look like a total noob. If you keep your eyes fixed on the receiving team with the server in your periphery, then you will look pro. Now the rally has started. What do we do and where do we stand as a second referee? Firstly, always move to the blocking side. You should be watching all plays at the net from the blocking side. Second, keep your eyes concentrated on the net. You are mainly watching for net touches from both teams. Thirdly, after the ball has been hit, keep your eyes on the net even longer until all players have landed. Don't follow the ball. The second referee doesn't need to worry if the ball is in or out, you have line judges for that, or how the first hit was made. Let's watch Master Jaden in action during the rally.
Good spot.
You can see in the second clip, because the second referee kept their eyes fixed on the net and not the ball, he was able to see and whistle the net touch by the blocker. Some additional points for second referees are: be in a position to see the full length of the net. Some referees are positioned almost behind the post, which obstructs their view of the net. Also, second referees must also watch the center line carefully as players land to ensure that their feet do not hit the floor fully over the line. In addition to moving side to the blocking side, second referees should step forward and back depending on which part of the net the ball is being played. Step back if it is near the second referee's side. Step forward if it is on the other side of the net. All of this is to get into the best optical position. Let's watch the first clip again and see the steps forward and back as well as the movement from side to side. So we have gone through what to do before and during each rally, but what do second referees do when the rally ends? There are two main scenarios. First, when the first referee whistles the end of the rally. This is how most rallies end, and it is pretty simple for second referees. Call this easy mode. The second scenario is when you, as the second referee, whistle the end of the rally, such as calling a net touch or a foot over the center line. It is actually not that hard, but just has a little bit more to do than easy mode. So, when the first referees the end of the rally, as a second referee, you simply move to the side of the team that loses the rally. That's pretty much it. We covered this before. We always move to the losing side. Stand on that side, looking at the first referee as they make signals. There's no need to signal anything as the second referee. Once they have finished, take a step back and glance at both benches and coaches for any substitutions or timeouts that might happen. Once the referee is ready to authorize the next serve, step forward and start watching the receiving team. Let's watch the full end of rally sequence again, executed by Jaden's son. The only thing that changes if you, as a second referee, whistle the fault is that after moving to the losing side, you signal the fault first and then signal the team to serve. The signal for team to serve should be just slightly after the first referee, as they still have the final decision on the rally. So after you whistle, you still first move to the losing side as before, signal the fault and then team to serve. Then, as before, step back looking for substitutions and timeout requests. Then, step forward in time for the next rally. Note that the second referee signals the fault first and then the team to serve, while the first referee would normally signal the team to serve first and then signal the fault. Make sure that you understand the different orders of the two referees. Let's watch both sequences in full. So you've mastered stepping back in between rallies and glancing at both teams, when suddenly a substitute comes towards you to make a substitution request. First, blow your whistle loudly to ensure everyone, including the first referee, knows a substitution is happening. Position yourself halfway between the post and the scorer's table. Check the scorer has got it under control. give the hand signal for the players to cross, check the scorer is ready, get into position on the receiving side and give the ready signal to the first referee. So basically, you are a floor manager making sure that the bookkeeper, that is the scorer, and the workers, that is the players, all execute the substitution smoothly. Let's watch the whole process in full.
Are you going to eat it?
For double substitutions, it is the same thing, but twice. Make sure the scorer has the time to record both substitutions properly. Let's watch this, expertly managed by JJ.
I'll give you feedback later. No worries. That was a decent turnout. Yeah. Good event. Pretty good. And I'm still learning I'm Scott. What's your name? Emma? Nice to meet you.
When a coach requests a timeout by making the hand signal, whistle loudly. Make a clear timeout signal on the side of the team requesting the timeout. Also make sure you indicate which team has requested it. Immediately start the timer on your watch. When 30 seconds have passed, whistle loudly for the team to get back on court. Check that the teams, the line judges, scorer are all ready to proceed. Get into position on the receiving team and give the ready signal to the first referee. Be careful of teams requesting substitutions or even another timeout straight after that timeout. That does happen from time to time. So there you have it, the foundations of the role of the second referee. To summarize the key points of this video, the second referee stands on the receiving, blocking, or losing side. Carefully check team lineups at the start of each set. Keep your eyes on the net and for longer. Carefully watch the center line. The second referee signals the fault first and then the team to serve. Be aware of any potential substitutions, timeouts in between rallies. Whistle very loudly. The role of the second referee is a lot richer and deeper than this, which we look to address in future videos. But by at least starting to practice these, you'll go a long way to being a good second referee. The New South Wales Volleyball Referees Association is the trusted officiating partner of Volleyball New South Wales, who are an affiliate of Volleyball Australia. If you'd like to get in touch with our association, we would love to hear from you. This video is a bit longer than we first envisaged, but our aim is that it becomes a useful resource for all to watch and re-watch so that we can ultimately instill some common-based knowledge about second refereeing, especially across players and duty teams who are the ones that usually do most of the second refereeing, at least here in New South Wales. Thank you for watching and happy smooth refereeing.
And then you'll die.